How many cats are too many? Well, according to experts, you shouldn't have more than 6 cats. It's just because there's no way you can take care more than this amount. Well, this is a video of how I ended up with too many. All my life, we are nearly running on empty, but we always have something to give to our pets or when we see animals roaming around the streets. My mom raised me to believe in the saying, do unto others what you want others to do unto you. And throughout my life, I have applied that value towards animals as well.
Why is that? Give low down. Yeah, I gave him a rub and so I'll give him food. Eat long. Oh, eat long. You like? I guess he's the local cat here. I don't know his real name. We call him Eat Log because yesterday we noticed he has huge Eat Log.
For someone who grew up having pet animals, taking care of one feels like a life mission assigned to me by the universe. I'm fated to it like death and taxes. It all started when I saw a tiny kitten at death's door on a busy highway while on my way to work. At the sight of this sweet kitten, I knew I had to rescue him. Not too long after that, my mom found a distressed and scared cat who had fallen into a sewer drain. Because we don't own a house in the city, we had to move around constantly depending on our current financial situation. With that reason, we decided to bring my rescued cats to our permanent home in the province. Wanting to do my part to help reduce the struggle with strays in the city and province, I had the first cat I rescued neutered before being brought to the province. However, the other one was not old enough to be spayed in time for the move. Fast forward through a few years of feeding city strays, while back in the city, one of them gave birth to 3 kittens. Once the kittens were weaned, I took the mom cat to the vet to be spayed. And just 2 months later, another 2 kittens were abandoned outside where I live. Again, my passion to care for strays, just as I care for my own, won over my heart. So, I rescued them, adding to the cats that I was fostering and already had up for adoption. Fortunately, one of the kittens did not survive. Once it was time to move again to a new apartment, I decided to bring all of them while still in the process of finding, caring, and loving adopters. Although, it is a known fact that a lot of people in the Philippines are more interested in adopting imported breeds rather than the local breed that you see in the streets. With this challenge, my rescues are still in my care as they reach the age to be spayed and neutered. Just a few days before their scheduled operation, the pandemic hit, and the city went into a total lockdown. Now I am at home locked down with several rescues who are not fixed. To make matters worse, the cats opened the window at our new apartment one day, allowing all of them to escape. Little did I know, by the time I was able to retrieve all of them, one of them was already pregnant. Few months later, we welcomed 5 healthy kittens to our growing cat family. It was at this time I started to realize how urgent it was to adopt some of them off, but the city was still on lockdown. We lived in a 1-bedroom apartment with a small kitchen at this time, and having 10 cats made the space so much smaller. As soon as the lockdown restrictions were relaxed, we moved to a bigger apartment to accommodate the large number of cats that I had rescued. At this point, spending the entire pandemic growing close to them, I felt too attached to give them up, but I knew at some point I would need to. Tragically, one of them got hit by a critical illness and passed away just a few days after being diagnosed. In the wake of that grief from the recent loss, a new kitten showed up on my doorstep, and my heart couldn't say no to this poor, adorable little furball. Another 3 months have passed by without successfully finding any adopters. One day, while we were on a vacation, a kitten who was clearly manifesting signs of a severe upper respiratory infection caught my attention as it cried endlessly for help. As they say, all paths lead to Rome. My path led me to hers, a kitten in need. 7 months later, another kitten found its way to our front door. Through the years of adding the cats I've rescued, I focused on getting them fixed, including the outside cats I'm feeding in my community to prevent the overpopulation. Sadly, some provincial areas do not have low-cost spay and neuter services yet, and one of the cats I brought to our province got pregnant eventually. So I decided to bring her back to the city along with 3 other cats to be spayed. Little did I know, she was already pregnant again and gave birth to 2 kittens just a few weeks after her arrival. With their numbers growing, I decided to allow the spayed and neutered ones to go in and out of the house to allow myself and the cats more space. Shortly after, our new neighbor brought a cat with them but left it living outside their unit, which created a problem in our neighborhood. And long story short, he's now living with me. And that was our journey. Although this number of cats can be overwhelming at times, the good news is I know there are others out there who can provide loving, caring, and safe homes for these cats. So, if your heart desires to extend a helping hand, you can. I am looking for those who might either want to adopt or foster a cat or a kitten, with the ultimate goal of giving them primary care they need and finding them a loving home. Hashtag no to foster failure. As much as we aim to give stray animals a good life, remember that you cannot save everyone on your own, but promoting the Adopt Don't Shop advocacy and holding TNR or trap and neuter programs in your area can greatly help reduce the overpopulation of stray animals and reduce road accidents because of them. If your home is open to welcoming local breed cats, to either adopt yourself or foster until you find them a new home, send me a message on my Instagram at the Bossy Kittens page. Also, if you're interested to see what it's like living with 18 cats, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss new content and shorts previewing some of their adorable shenanigans. If you want to help with this cause, don't forget to hit the like button, as it will help greatly in promoting this video to help reach a bigger audience. Lastly, millions of stray animals are out there scavenging for any food they can get every day. If you can't help them or feed them, then at least be kind and don't hurt them. Choose to be kind as you'd want others to be kind to you and your pets.